We're going to be talking about neighborhoods you've probably never heard of, the real cost of living, and all the things that I wish everyone knew before moving to the Wilmington area. So let's skip Landfall and Wrightsville Beach for a second. You've already heard of those, and they're on every top 10 list that you see. So I want to talk about the places where a lot of the actual locals live. So the first one is Hayne. This is one of the towns that is extremely underrated right now. You can get a lot for your money, and it's at the beginning of its development stage, and it's growing really fast. This is a huge new construction scene. This is also very convenient for everyday life. You can quickly reach the nearby shopping, you're 15 minutes to downtown. In a few years, this place is going to be one of the biggest hubs in Wilmington, so it's a great time to get in early. Let's talk about Bluffs. This is actually one of my favorite neighborhoods in Hayne. When you think about gated communities, a lot of people think about Landfall, but this is one of the most sought after new communities. They're like their own small town with their own fitness center, private marina, riverfront grill and kitchen, pretty much any community amenity that you can think of. Now let's talk about Ogden and Porter's Neck, and this is in North Wilmington. This is a little less touristy than the beach towns, but you're still close enough to hit the water without paying those beach town prices. This is still very upscale living. If you have a family, this is a nice area, and there are lots of nearby parks and even access to the Intracoastal Waterway. Then there's Southport. And I want to be straight with you here because a lot of videos will tell you that Southport is some quick commute across the bridge. It's not. It's about 30 miles south. What Southport actually is a small historic waterfront town near the mouth of the Cape Fear River. It tends to draw retirees and people who aren't commuting into Wilmington every day. So if you work remotely or retired, it's a beautiful city with easy access to any of the Brunswick County beaches. Hampstead, this is the last area on our list, and this is north of Wilmington. This is for the person that's looking for land, a more rural environment. Your main beach will likely be Topsail, Surf City, and these beaches see far less effect from tourism. You have much more of a small town feel. The neighborhoods that everyone talks about, they're real. They're just not where most people actually end up living day to day. If you're serious about making a move to Wilmington, I would love for you to reach out to me on my personal number or send me an email so we can set up a time to chat. And if you're just not sure if Wilmington is the right fit for you yet, we created a free relocation guide for you to explore the area, and you can download that at movetowilmingtonnc.com. So here's the number that nobody puts in the headline, and it's just the housing cost that most people don't expect for a city this size. It's the why. There's a few things that stack on top of each other that people don't budget for. One thing that's pretty shocking to a lot of people is that the average home price in Wilmington is about $450,000. But in a market like Wilmington, this is going to vary greatly. If you're looking at Wrightsville Beach or looking at Leland, the average home prices are going to be completely different, so you have to narrow down your area to find your actual price. But the sticker price is not the whole story. Coastal North Carolina means insurance is a real line item. It's not an afterthought. You have homeowners insurance, and depending on your location, the flood zone, and then adding flood insurance on top of that, our wind and hail insurance is also a big cost in this area. Then there's the stuff that doesn't show up until you've lived here for a season. So I want you to think about hurricane preparation, generator, supplies. In coastal homes and on Wrightsville and Carolina beaches, the salt water is really hard on your HVAC systems, and those will need to be replaced more often than areas like Ogden and Wilmington. And here's the part that's genuinely insider info. The job market here doesn't always match the cost of living. Unless you're remote or maybe in healthcare, tourism, or film, the salary side can lag behind what you're paying to live here. This doesn't mean to scare you off, it's just meant to make sure that you do the math before you sign anything. Now to the part that I wish everyone knew before they actually signed a lease or made the move down here. Everyone thinks that they're gonna move here and be at the beach every weekend. The reality is, the summer traffic, that's gonna change that really fast. Most locals, we avoid the beach on the weekends. It's so crowded, it's usually not worth the trouble. But the flip side of this is that you're close enough to the beach to go right after work on the weekdays or even get there early weekend mornings or afternoons. It's actually still very easy to enjoy the beaches after about 5 o'clock all through the summer. So pack a cooler and head to the beach right after work. It's a great time to enjoy it. Another thing is that hurricane season, it's not just a one-week event in your head when it's on the news. It's a whole seasonal mindset, knowing the evacuation routes, the insurance renewals. Hurricane season's effects on the area, they vary from year to year. Each year, it's going to be completely different, and that's why it's important to do your research on the flood zones and the actual exact history of the house that you're buying. This town feels small, right up until you need something specific, a certain specialist, a certain store, and suddenly you're in the car driving to Raleigh or Charlotte for it. Wilmington has a lot of modern conveniences, but it still has a lot of development to go before we reach the scale of some of those bigger North Carolina cities. If you're moving here for work outside of tourism, healthcare, or film, you might want to budget some extra time for a job search. There are jobs here with local companies like Encino and Live Oak Bank having headquarters right here in the Mayfair area, but some people do have trouble finding work depending on their field. So it's important for you to look at the market for your specific career. Now let's talk about what keeps people living here, and I will always say that it's the community. Back in 2019, I had a huge tragedy where I actually lost all 3 of my dogs in one night due to blue-green algae poisoning, and this community rallied around me so much and so hard and just showed up. And that's what Wilmington does. We show up when there's a hard hurricane that hits the community and people need to be fed or they need cleanup. This community shows up to do that. And so if anyone ever asks me what keeps you in Wilmington, it is definitely the community. The other thing that would keep me here and the other thing that gets people moving to this area is the beaches. The beaches are as good as people say, maybe even better. Wrightsville Beach is crowded for a reason. This place is as beautiful as they come. The town is clean, it's well taken care of, and there's always events like the Wahine Classic and yearly marathons that everyone looks forward to. Many groups like the Wilmington Run Club actually use Wrightsville Beach as their meeting place, and the Loop at Wrightsville makes this one of the best places to come and walk on a nice day. We have some of the best coffee shops and restaurants, and some of the most kind people run those places. There are endless good things that you can say about this area. Now I'm going to share with you some of the best locals' secret places to visit that a lot of the tourists don't know about. So one of my favorites is the New Hanover County Arboretum. This is a 7-acre garden that has 30 mini gardens within it. And the highlight of that is the Japanese style garden that has its own little tea house and a giant koi pond where the koi fish will swim right up to you. Wilmington is actually the only place in the world with Venus flytraps. And the Arboretum garden has a section highlighting not only the flytraps, but all of the carnivorous plants that you can find in the area. Another local's favorite is Greenfield Lake Park. This is one of the best kept secrets from the tourists. Many people don't know that we actually have really big alligators in our area, and this is one of the most likely places that you will see them. You can also rent kayaks and paddle boats. And across the lake is the Greenfield Lake Amphitheater. If you're into small, intimate venues, then this is the place for you. Every seat in this venue is a great seat, and the bonus of the lakeside view and incredible sunsets, there's really not a lot of downsides. I hope that this video helped answer some of your questions about Wilmington, the good and the bad. And if you've been thinking about making Wilmington your home, I'd love to talk to you about that, and you can reach out to me directly via phone call, text, or even email. I'm Melissa Martin, born here, raised here, never found a reason to leave. And if you're thinking about making Wilmington your home too, I'd love the opportunity to help walk you through that process and tell you more about this town.